Thomas, my man, how are you doing?
Doing good, man.
It's nice to
I
have
met a girl.
Oh,
I know, she's super crazy awesome.
Very nice, very nice. Love the new starting off the new year right. That's what I'm talking about, my friend.
2021 is my year, man.
Oh, hey, there you go.
I'm burning the world to the ground, man.
I'm
killing everyone.
Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on.
I mean nuclear apocalypse, like
apocalypse.
Like, I'm ending it all.
Whoa. Oh man,
No,
this man. This man, ladies and gentlemen, is a legend in his own right. We have not known each other for very long, but I would say 2020 was not the greatest year, but meeting this man was probably one of the most highlighting points of my life.
Oh, bro, that's so cute.
This man, not gonna lie, bro. Okay, relax. This man, I've never seen a designer quite like him. The passion, the commitment. It's really rare to see people like him do what he does in the capacity that he does. But he's making his way, so hopefully in his future it's going to be very, very bright. This man is the one and only Ernesto. Ernesto, my man, how are you doing?
What's his last name?
Sanabria.
Synapsis. There we go.
Sinatra.
Ernesto
Sinatra.
Ernesto Sinatra. I like that.
You know, what we totally forgot to mention.
What?
We have a new president now.
We do.
We do.
By this point, I don't know when this episode aired, but we do have a brand new president.
Mr. President Bo Jiden.
We do.
Bo Jiden. Let's get it.
We have a first man.
Do we really? Oh, what?
I wanted to say that.
Jojo
I'm sorry.
Biden.
Jojo Biden? I know. What's his middle name? If it's also Joe, then we have Jojo. Joel Biden.
Jojo Biden. That's what he goes for, Jojo Biden.
Then we got a Jojo Biden, bro.
He's the next Jojo.
He's the next Jojo. This is part 12 right now.
Jojo Biden.
Jojo Biden.
Oh,
He's
Jojo Biden.
It's like, Trump, you forgot I've got hormone on my side.
It's so funny because, like, I think hormone. I keep thinking, they're referring to like ham.
Yeah, no, because that's what it is.
Like, hormone. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah,
bro.
Ham.
That's what I had another friend who told me that. They're like, when they say hormone, they're just saying ham.
Yeah, I'm like,
bologna.
What kind of ham? Oh,
Your ham,
about?
your strength with ham.
How about your
isn't
hams?
good enough.
Yeah, it really is. Ernesto, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. And going back to your statement, thank you.
Of course, my man.
I know. He told me Mark has a picture from My Hero in his room. You made that?
No. That was somebody else.
Someone else?
Yeah, but his designs are like no other thing I've ever seen before. You only not do just sketch art. You do digital art.
I'm a multimedia artist.
That's
so
raw.
I'll do from sketches, pencil and digital. I can draw you in comic book style, anime style, realistic. I do oil painting, acrylics. I've done sculpting.
Shit.
Pretty much anything that is related to art.
What's your favorite style to use?
I don't know because I love them all. If that makes sense.
Do you have any examples? I like seeing different like artist styles, because it's like because two people are.
You have to show them the.
Yeah, if you can go ahead.
What is it? The 3D ones that you have? The ones that are move. I don't know what those are. Those are the digital ones. That
Animation?
The animation. And I'm actually working on a 2D animation right now with a friend of mine.
Very nice.
We want to do our first fan animation, and
that's cool.
Basically Super Saiyan 4 Trunks.
Oh hell yeah!
Versus Super Saiyan 4 Baby Vegeta.
Oh, Trunks has got that, bro. Baby Vegeta sucks.
No, but nobody has an animation like that.
That's true.
So, and we want to do that. So yeah, if you go ahead and check me out on Nexto_Pro, you'll see all my art skills, and I'm pretty versatile.
Yeah.
I can work on a canvas, I can work on shoes, I can work on t-shirt designs.
Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, love it.
Yeah, paintings. I turn little kids to characters like like a door style.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dude, I do comic books right now. I'm working with 2 comic book companies.
Dude, this is so
trying
good.
to get my work done out
Holy
there.
crap! All this is stuff you've made.
Yeah,
This is incredible.
I'm self-taught.
Who's your favorite like superhero?
Favorite superhero? That will have to be between Spider-Man, Daredevil, and Deadpool.
Those are all super good choices.
Yeah.
I really love Daredevil. My whole plan is like I'm already Catholic, and if I go blind, I'm gonna learn karate and become a lawyer.
Catholic?
And then I'm Catholic, yeah. And well, I was raised Catholic. I'm not like super deep into it, but but then I can become a blind Catholic lawyer and I move to New York.
Matt Murdock.
And then I learn karate and then I can just kick people's ass.
Oh my goodness.
Become Daredevil in real
ass
life.
beat at the same time.
I know.
And how long have you been doing art in general?
Art in general? Okay, so this goes way, way, way back in the old days.
Oh my.
When I was 7 years old. My mom used to have a friend that she used to draw. Very, very good and realistic. And she told me to like sit down, and she drew me, and then she showed me her drawing. And I know people believe like, oh, you first love or the love of your life is supposed to be like one person. Perhaps they actually mean something that you're just really in love. It can be snowboarding, singing. For me, it was art. And when that lady showed me that, my 7-year-old brain
Incredible.
exploded.
That's awesome, man.
So I started drawing, and even when I started drawing in elementary school, I started hustling. I started selling my drawings for a quarter.
That's so dope.
To
bro.
like my classmates, to my teachers, and this is between the first period, and then by recess, I already had like $4,
Dude,
$5.
that's awesome.
I had my lunch money.
Hell yeah,
All I
dude.
had to do was draw. And
Bro,
so
this man
I
was
even
hustling.
This man really was.
yeah, and I even came with the idea with if I did a drawing, I can make it even cheaper for 10 cents. But I would just photocopy them.
Oh.
And I'm like, this is 1 and 2 and 3, and still I will make profit. So I think that entrepreneur mindset
dude.
was
That's
there from
so
the start.
cool.
Yeah, man.
And ever since then, I cannot get past the idea of art. It's the same feeling that I've been chasing. It's just that creativity. I get focused on it, and I love what I do.
That's so awesome. So many people spend their entire lives trying to figure out what that thing is, and you found it so early. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, man.
You know what? You don't have to do this. But I was like, I love those videos where it's like someone's like, here, draw a picture in 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Draw a picture in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And draw one in 10 seconds.
I did a few competitions like that.
Really?
We should
at a
totally. You want to try that?
Sure.
I gotta get him on pen and a pen.
I know we got paper right there, but I think that's like so. It's so cool because the 10-second one is just like the. Just have you seen those?
Oh no, I haven't.
There a lot of them are on TikTok.
How do you want this? Do you want like a pencil, a Sharpie, a pen? What helps?
Whatever. Not a Sharpie because I'll bleed out and I'll stain your table. But a pencil is fine.
A pencil? Okay, so I think I got one in mine.
Do you play D&D at all? Like Dungeons and Dragons?
No,
It's really fun shit, man. I recommend it.
I do a lot of fighting games.
Yeah. Which one's your favorite? Yeah.
Which is my favorite game? I will say not Soul Calibur.
That's a classic though.
That is a classic.
Soul Calibur 2.
But I do love Soul Calibur, Fighters, Cineverse 1 and 2, God of War, huge fan, Spider-Man, Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. I want a good Marvel fighting game.
Oh my
Something
God.
akin to like Injustice. We got what Marvel vs. Capcom. That's the closest we got.
Yeah.
I want like a
Injustice is pretty cool too.
Injustice is pretty great.
Yeah, we should.
But my favorite game will have to be Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat is raw as hell.
Definitely my favorite.
I think, bro.
Kung Lao is my guy.
It's between Kung Lao's dope. It's in Mortal Kombat 9, he's got that one fatality where he puts his hat on the floor and just like grabs the person's legs. I'm like, that's so fucked up.
Oh my god, dude, it's so gory. I remember when I started playing Mortal Kombat. I think I was like 13 years old, and my uncle got the Nintendo 64.
That was
And-
Mortal Kombat 3.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
dude.
He got that game. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It's like, you like this game? I like to murder people.
That was
Decapitation.
that one was so good. No, bro. Like I think my favorite Mortal Kombat is either between 10 and 11.
Yeah.
Because the characters, bro. They got the alien in 10,
Yeah.
and they got like
They got a lot. They got RoboCop.
RoboCop's in 11. RoboCop.
Yeah, he's in the latest one with
Rambo.
Terminator.
You Terminator and Rambo.
Spawn. Oh, Spawn.
Spawn.
Spawn is amazing.
Speaking of Spawn, so here's one of the craziest things when I first met Ernesto. You made your own Spawn comic book cover,
Yeah.
and you sold it.
Yep.
For how much?
300.
Wow, that's
Crazy.
awesome.
So,
And what did they do with that comic cover?
So I'll get blank covers. I'll order them from a comic book store, and right now I have probably about 50 of them that I just ordered.
Oh, cool. So you just design them and send them in.
So I'll grab a blank one. I'll design it. I have a few. If you go on my Instagram, where I can show you a speed painting of me doing the Power Rangers, like the Red Ranger, Green Ranger.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Are you big on Power Rangers when you were younger?
I'm a huge Power
Which one's
Ranger
your favorite?
Green Ranger.
Well, which like obviously, bro. Tommy
Tommy.
Oliver. You can't
Come
get
on,
over
he's
that.
the oldest living Power
bro,
Ranger.
he's been-
holding 5 Power Ranger
yeah.
under his belt.
He's been like the Red Ranger twice, the White Ranger, the Black Ranger, the Green Ranger, and then the oh, is that all?
Then Lord Dracon,
Yeah, bro. Which one? Which like Power Ranger series is your favorite?
Dino Thunder.
Dino Thunder was really
Dino
fucking
Thunder
good.
was insane because I before knowing that Tommy was there, I started back with Ninja Storm.
Yes, that me too.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I didn't like any other Power Rangers between In Space and Ninja Storm.
Yeah.
All those in between was like, they're all right.
There was some good ones, bro.
But okay, so with Ninja Storm, they came with introducing powers, beyond
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
morphing ability.
Right.
yeah,
They have power of air, earth, and water. And then with Dino Thunder was the first one to introduce power beyond
Outside.
just of morphing. They had
Like super speed.
like super Dino mode.
yes. Yeah, and they had stretchy arms.
Yeah, and I was
yeah.
like, oh my god, that is so freaking cool.
No, bro, it's just
I
like-
love the Battleizer.
Oh, dude, I love when Tommy first transforms.
Yes.
Though he's
I
like,
geeked out hard.
he's like old, yeah, but not old enough to be a ranger or some
He's-
shit.
yeah.
Oh, bro, and he's like the
the
Brontosaurus. just-
Black Ranger.
So cool.
And to him so freaking well.
Fantastic.
My favorite was always Lightspeed Rescue. I thought I thought the intro to that one was fucking awesome. Some of the Power Ranger intros are absolute bangers.
Yeah.
Dino Thunder is easily like number 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But
I love the music.
Oh yeah.
The music sells it.
Have you ever seen? I stopped when I was young. I stopped watching after like Mystic Force because I was like, eh. But I was always told that the best one was this one called RPM that recently came out.
Yeah.
That one's pretty raw. It's pretty funny because they make jokes about like the weird things that Power Rangers do.
The
They're like,
RPM, I felt like it was taking it back to like really basic.
yeah.
They have no other powers besides their morphing abilities.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have like a special mode nor battleizers.
But it was
It was just basic.
It was pretty funny though, because they talk about like why is it whenever we morph we've got to say RPM get in gear?
Yeah.
And like why are there explosions behind us
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
time?
yeah. They'll point out the obvious.
So they're like, oh, it's because of this, and this, and it's a pretty dark story premise.
Yeah.
It's like the world has ended except for one city. Like all life on Earth is destroyed.
That city was in a dome.
And it's like,
Kind of like what happens with The Simpsons.
yeah, it's pretty crazy, but super good stuff.
And not to be a fan, but I am. The Yellow Ranger, she's the star in iZombie.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
I
that's-
follow.
Wow.
Yeah.
The dude
She's
who-
amazing.
There was the dude who plays the Red Ranger. His name's Eka Darville, and he was in Spartacus. Spartacus, the show that was
Yeah,
on a
that-
while ago. He was
yeah.
in that. He was in Jessica Jones. He's her friend. What's his name? The dude that killed Malcolm. He's Malcolm.
Malcolm?
That is the
No
Red Ranger from
way.
That's the
RPM.
Red Ranger, yeah.
Eka Darville. I think he's awesome.
And
Oh,
he was
wow.
also, not that I watch any of it, but my girlfriend does. Don't judge me on this one. Vampire Diaries.
Hey man, nothing wrong with Vampire. Nothing wrong with VD, bro.
VD, I like
VD,
that.
bro. VD's
Valentine's
good. VD's
Day.
dope. Yeah.
Now VD has a new meaning for me. Vampire
Yeah,
Diaries.
no, dude. I think, yeah, dude. I mean, it's nerdy as fuck because Power Rangers is for like kids, but bro, some of that shit is so cool.
Yeah.
Swear to God.
Fantastic.
As an adult, would you see the movie? The the movie
The recent one that came out a couple years ago.
came in like 2016, I think.
Wait, what movie?
The Power Rangers
Power
movie.
Rangers.
Oh, the 2017 Power Rangers
Yeah, what'd you
movie?
think about that one?
Oh, I thought it was great.
That was pretty great too.
I thought it was pretty great. If you're just like a not real Power
If you're
Ranger
not
fan,
diehard, yeah.
you're gonna hate it because you expect something, that is very basic. That was the word of the day, guys.
You know,
Brought
like-
to you by
The Ernesto, the end credit scene where they like hint at Tommy Oliver,
Yes.
bro.
bro.
So fucking dope.
I love how like the suit like
Yeah,
doing morphing felt like a
I
like
like-
a second skin.
I like
thought it was pretty
Zordon
cool.
too. I thought everyone would give Bryan Cranston shit for and how they made
thought it was
Zordon.
pretty
I thought it was. I mean, how else were you gonna do it without it looking stupid? There was no way to do Zordon without making it look.
I like
stupid.
how Alpha 5 was like, and only in one
Yeah.
scene, he's like, yeah.
Alpha
I'm like,
Alpha
oh yeah.
Alpha was gayer than C-3PO. Oh my god, he was this he just ay all the
Yeah.
time, bro. It was. Oh.
He just did it once. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I can live with
No,
that.
I can live with that. I can live with that. Good.
I thought it was pretty cool. At first, I didn't like Rita's outfit,
Yeah, me neither.
but then again,
I mean, can't have it all.
she's fine.
Can't have it. She's fine.
So
she's
I see
fine.
why they were like, well, let's not put that many layers.
Yeah.
Come on.
But
It's Elizabeth Banks for crying out loud. I'm like, I dig it.
yeah.
And the fact that she was the Green Ranger,
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
that
was a plot
that
twist.
idea blew my mind. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's like
And that-
the
and that, like-
rebellious one. Now she's the corrupted
Yeah.
Ranger.
I mean, that's
with
like,
a token.
yeah, that was the whole thing. Was like Zordon was the original Red Ranger.
Yeah.
And that
So I
was
was like, okay, so it's like aliens.
Mark's like mind is blown. I don't think he watched Power Rangers. Did you?
Not as much as you guys had, but I did enjoy it.
I definitely-
I think when I was younger, I didn't know where to start because
There were so many.
I didn't know where to go.
I have pictures of me pretending to be a Power Ranger when I was a
Really?
kid.
I will say my favorite thing was always the go Power
Oh,
Rangers.
that guitar solo at the beginning.
Oh man, that
It-
guitar
it-
solo was
that,
insane.
like that goes
That-
like I don't even that so hard. Bro.
Remember that
they
so well.
absolutely shred that shit. It's insane.
I remember like one of the few things that I started drawing was Spider-Man and Power Rangers.
like together combining forces.
no, just
Or like a
Damn,
spin-off.
that'd be so what a crossover that would
that would
be.
have been.
the
No, there's people
Power
out
Man.
there doing that, but
in space, they had a crossover
but
with the
that
Teenage
that
Mutant
was
Ninja
one
Turtles.
of my drawings. I try to do like cars and houses just because my dad wanted me to be in architecture instead. He didn't see the potential that I can do, just creating characters. But everybody has their own thing. Some parents just go against to whatever your dreams are.
Yeah.
So my dad even wanted me to be a policeman or a firefighter.
Right.
Or,
Have a steady
He's like,
income
just
for
do
sure.
that instead. Just get a job, be a construction worker.
Oof.
And I'm like, but I like drawing, and I'm not a fan of just drawing a door that opens at this
But
angle.
Dad, I'm a Power
Next
Ranger.
to
But
kitchen and
Dad, I'm a
bathroom.
Ninja Turtle.
All right,
You
so
like
wait,
the
I'm
Ninja
like, but
Turtle.
Dad, but I'm a Power Ranger.
Well, shit.
Then I got real obsessed drawing when I was introduced to Dragon Ball.
Dude,
Yeah.
who's your favorite character? You said Vegeta, right?
So mine has to be between Vegeta, Bardock, and because Bardock is freaking insane.
Man, Bardock
But
is really cool.
Gohan was the first one.
Which Gohan?
Adult Gohan.
Oh, I know everyone. He's my favorite too. Everyone shits on him because of the Buu saga, but I'm like, no.
No,
He
no.
was a badass.
He was the most powerful, non-fused,
Character.
non-Super Saiyan character. That was raw power from
No,
within him.
He was stronger than Super Saiyan 3. 'Cause
Yes.
He was, bro. And when Boo's like, "You're gonna fight me," he goes, "Fight you? No, I'm gonna kill you."
And here's the thing: this also stated that Gohan didn't even tap to his full power during the Buu saga. We got to see that on Super, where he was kind of even with Super Saiyan Blue.
yeah, he'd use the Kaioken to fight
Holy
him.
crap.
And it's like,
So
damn.
imagine that. Gohan was even stronger.
But
He was careless.
Oh yeah, I know.
One trait that we have seen about Gohan is that he gets
Overconfident.
overconfident. He gets cocky over power. When that was introduced with
With
Cell,
Cell, yeah.
and boom, cost him his dad to die. Same thing happened in Buu Saga. He
Right.
got cocky, boom.
I know
got a
originally
sword.
Toriyama planned on having Gohan be the main. Gohan is the main character of Dragon Ball Z. If you look at it, until Super, obviously Goku. But if you look at it, it's always been about Gohan. It's always been about him.
So, yeah. So the idea was from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z, the Saiyan Saga. We have obviously the main character being the famous Goku. Now we were introduced after the Saiyan saga, before the Namek saga, that Gohan was going to take the second lead. He's following his dad's footstep. But a lot of people were not happy about it.
Yeah.
So they kept going back with Goku.
Yeah. So
They tried that again in the Cell saga. It didn't work. They tried that with the Buu saga. It didn't work.
Yeah.
And the reason that Goten was in it was to try the same attempt. You know?
Yeah.
To see if he can be related more, because he's like the youngest son out of Bardock's two kids. And that didn't happen. So then Super is all about Goku.
Yeah.
I want to fight the strongest.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
I
Now
feel like
you're acting like a kid.
I feel like Super's kind of lost some of the luster. Goku's just an idiot in Super.
Yeah.
Um.
In GT, it's kind of like Goku's still serious, but he's the path that he's going is similar to Super, because Goku. I mean not Goku. Dragon Ball GT stands for Goku's time, and it's basically everything around Goku.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's yeah. You're not wrong.
But the huge development in character has to go to Vegeta.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
He's
I love
pretty cool.
Vegeta.
I love his speech before he blows himself up.
Yeah, he's pretty badass.
Um.
Also, Bardock.
Yeah, Bardock's pretty cool. I like
Come
his
on,
his
it's like
little his little special is awesome.
Yeah, he's like a badass version of Goku.
When he showed up in the Super Broly,
Yeah,
that was pretty awesome.
he was
Well,
pretty cool.
So you said you just drew characters from Dragon Ball?
So I started drawing characters when I was introduced to Dragon Ball. Not that late after I started drawing. When I was around 8 years old, I started drawing Dragon Ball. So I was fascinated about the anime show, and that's all I drew, just Dragon Ball characters. And I still kept doing the same thing, selling my art.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now I'm doing it for like $1 or $2.
Oh,
to
damn.
my classmates.
The
Then-
price went up.
Yeah,
man,
so
inflation.
I'm a little grown, and I was like, all right. All I did for my fun time was draw, but doing some of my cases in school was pretty bad. Then after that, I got into like martial arts. I have ADHD, so I was very impulsive as well. And the funny thing is, the only thing that I will calm myself down was drawing. And
Yeah.
I can still get distracted. And I was like, oh my god, like a squirrel.
Yeah, that's like the whole thing is I think that ADHD and ADD do is it makes it hard for you to focus on anything you're not interested in.
Yeah.
So it's like you know, if you're in school and you're taking math class and you're not interested in math at all, it's going to be very hard for you to stay focused on that.
Yeah.
And I was like the same way. I was like, you know,
Yeah.
but the classes I was interested in, I did super good in. I hardly ever needed to study for like my history
No,
class.
they
because-
put me in special classes. 'Cause
Yeah.
They thought that was like retarded.
You know what's
I'm like,
crazy?
no, I just have ADHD.
Yeah, when you really think about that, and if you kind of did like a test run of just kids who like specific classes, and
Yeah.
you keep them in there that whole day of the classes that they did pay attention to, you would see results
Yeah.
tremendously.
I find like it. I think I talked about this in another podcast. I think it really sucks when a kid isn't interested in the subject. So the teacher and the parents' first instinct is, oh, let's medicate him. I'm like, no, maybe he just doesn't think math is cool.
Yeah.
And it's
I couldn't stay put. I couldn't like sit down and just
math for me was
you're supposed to like kept
No, even
just sitting
now,
down.
bro,
I couldn't.
I got the
feel like
leg
I have to
going.
go. I'm
Yeah.
like,
I always gotta have my hands on something,
Yeah.
but I remember then I have an art class with Mrs. Padilla. I thought she was beautiful. Anyways,
Mrs. Padilla, if you're out there, come on, get your man.
Yo, bro.
she's probably like 40 years old.
Hey man, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
It's nothing with age. It's just wisdom.
Wisdom, more wisdom.
Experience, knowledge.
So,
Oh man.
anyways, I kept drawing, and I pursued more. Oh, when I was in middle school, I was kind of like a cool kid and knew how to draw. So I used to draw on people's shirt, pants, backpacks with a Sharpie.
That's raw. That's
I
raw.
would just have a bunch of Sharpies in my
Damn, on the
pockets.
spot.
So I was a cool kid
Yo,
in middle
he
school.
knew what he was doing.
Then in high school, I tried to pursue to be more serious about my art. But regardless, I wasn't in any art class. I took an art class for half a semester of the year.
And why'd you drop out?
I didn't drop out, but like the curriculum, like teachers, whatever, they changed my classes. I'm like, come on. So I still attended whatever art class. I will skip one class or my lunch because it's either lunch A or lunch B, but there's still a class going before that. So I will skip my lunch or bring my lunch to that class. I'll just volunteer, and I would just hang out with the art class to the point that my teacher took me under her wing, and she'll kick me around. She'll be like, do you mind if you not teach them, but just show them how to draw something, while she'll grade some of the test. And I'll teach the class. I'll be like, hey guys, so this is how you do Stitch, this is how you do Woody, try to do different characters. I'm like, it's basic shapes. All right, once we have the shapes are done, because you want to work light and then heavily on the details. So that's exactly what I did with them. I'm like, all right. So I had the cam and everything, man. Projector.
The Elmo, bro.
Yeah.
The Elmo.
So, and I started doing art competitions in school. And, yeah, I was even recognized at school to be a great artist. Like, high school, 2012.
Nice.
# Lions.
Go Bulldogs. St. Cloud. Let's go.
Sorry.
Wrong part of town, buddy.
What you doing here, Lion? Oh man.
And then after high school, I just kept pursuing that. And
That's dope, man.
I still kept. Funny fact, or interesting fact. For my senior year, I started doing sketches of people like bubbleheads, and I'll sell them for $10, $15, $20. And then in a month, I made like maybe close to $400. That's
awesome.
And I just used that
I wish I
for
could do
graduation.
Insane, bro.
And just in a month. And I'm like, I got time. I'm like, hey, do you mind? So I have 2 backpacks. I have my backpack, and then I have like a portfolio, and I'll come around and meet with people between peer classes or my own classes, and be like, oh, here you go, and it was already framed. The frames will cost me probably $5.
Right.
So they'll have to pay extra for the drawing.
Damn,
so
he really was running a whole business.
Yeah.
He had a portfolio, and he said you can get it with this and get it with this. Save the money
you
here.
can get it just a sketch.
Or you just
if it's a person additional, it's a color. I kept that. I've been hustling.
It's true. Even hustling since day one.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
He was hustling
bro.
before he knew he was hustling.
Yeah.
Bro, insane.
But wait, what do you care? So what do you want to draw?
Okay, hold on. Let me.
Okay,
save
so
this.
what would you want me to draw? I can draw Spider-Man if you want me to.
Spider-Man? Yeah. All right. So you're starting off with one.
Yeah.
All right. Timer started.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we are starting the timer as of right now. Ernesto is drawing Spider-Man in a 10-minute, 5-minute, and 1-minute frame. So we're just going to continue to interview as normal. So I met Ernesto at the job that we are currently working at now that sells a lot of wood.
Yeah, sorry, we can't say the name of the job.
We instantly hit it off. He showed me his designs. I told him about the podcast. So we have pretty similar mindsets as far as what we do. And so I kind of wondered at the time because Joel's just we have also our friend Joel. You were in college for a little bit. And then I remember you telling me that you left because not only in terms of just financial situations, but your teacher also said that there was really nothing else to teach you.
Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit like how that went for you?
Hey, wait, before you do that, we're almost at time for the first drawing. All right, it's been a minute. See what we got here. Hey, that's pretty good. It's pretty good for a minute. Oh my god, that's pretty right. Okay, so we'll start the timer.
So what is this? A 5? Okay.
5 minutes for this.
Oh my god.
All right.
Let's do,
Sorry. So
all right.
All right. So go ahead and.
Yeah. So how was that for you? How was college for you? And did you like it while you were there as well?
I love college. One thing I do love was the amount of work that I had to do, and if I can tell you this, I'm a very workaholic guy. I love to work, and so one thing that showed me in college is that I managed to go to my job at the time, and still managed to be a full-time student while be a full-time employee, and still get 4-point GPA.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, I couldn't do that.
I do not recommend this to anybody, but I used to sleep about maybe 3 hours.
Damn.
Every 28 hours.
Whoa.
And I did that in a span of
so you would just
6 months.
So you would just do like all-nighters.
Yeah.
Wow.
I only slept during work, my lunchtime. So I'll extend my lunchtime from 1 hour to 2 hours, and I'll sleep that.
That is crazy,
The next
man.
is from school, I'll go to work. From work, school. My parents didn't see me. I didn't see them. It was just me, work.
And what was driving? Was it just the drive, the motivation to continue?
I was devoted to become an artist in any shape or form, and I signed myself to school by myself without the help of my parents. My dad is very old school, so he was very skeptical about school, thinking, "Oh, school's gonna bite me. School's gonna like come for me. Like I'm gonna owe them money." I'm like, "No, it's gonna be me." But my dad never gave me the proper paperwork that I needed. So
Wow.
yeah.
So that's interesting. So did your dad go to school?
No, my dad didn't go to school.
So interesting. I know there's a bit of a stigmatism. There's a negative stigma around school today where it's just like, don't do it. Don't go to school.
But when I was in school, my professor told me, "Why are you here?" Because like sometimes during certain classes, he told me, "You need to dumb it down. You're like 5 steps ahead." And I'm like, I just can't help it. It's just everything makes sense to me. And so he even asked me, "Why are you doing here?" This is just basically to teach everybody their fundamentals. And I'm like, "Oh, I just need the paper that says that I have a bachelor's." And it's like, you can still make it into the industry, but it will just be hard work without paperwork. But he's like, you can still make it. You just gotta get in it. And I saw my teacher one time at MegaCon at a booth.
What?
And I was like, "Oh my God, you're here?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm still trying to make it, despite the fact that I'm a teacher." I'm like, "Oh wow!" So that opened my eyes. I'm like, I can still make it. But regardless, when I was dropped out, because I was putting in so much effort and time, I was kind of depressed. They kicked me out of the school, and about 3 months later, I get a call from my family up in New York that my grandmother's ill.
Oh no.
And so
why'd they kick you out of the school?
well, I didn't have enough paperwork.
Oh yeah. Damn.
I didn't have my
man.
dad's paperwork that I needed, and all I needed was that just to finalize my scholarship. Oh, another thing, I collected about $65,000 in scholarship.
Wow, good for you, man.
That's between essays and
And which school
my
was this?
art. Full Sail.
Full Sail. That's a good one. Yeah. Well, that's crazy good, man. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about your grandma. So what happened?
So she got ill. She had Parkinson and diabetes, and I went over there thinking I can make it. She always had this fascination that I was gonna make as an artist, and I made a promise to her. And the whole plan was for me to, after seeing her like that, I'm like, I need to go back to New York. But on September 30th, during morning hours, she passed away.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
But that just pushed me to be a better man.
Yeah,
Like,
and
I knew that I was gonna make it.
That's important. It's the takeaways,
It's
right?
just a drive.
Yeah, it's the takeaways that are important. All right, 5 minutes. And that looks incredible, man.
Dude,
that looks incredible, dude.
That's insane.
5 minutes.
That's all in just under 5.
Oh man.
That looks like one of the older, like
Yeah, the
absolutely.
old ones.
That's
That's what I was going for with
like-
this
that's-
one, but I was like,
that's like ultimate
Yes,
series
that's
Spider-Man.
exactly
And
what I
that's
was thinking.
everyone every diehard Spider-Man fan, it's either no one likes 90s Spider-Man.
No.
Everyone loves Ultimate Spider-Man,
Yeah.
which is
Spider-Man.
Ultimate Comics was really the comics that saved Marvel. They
My God.
because if you look at the Universal Orlando. They got in the Marvel superhero land. I
kind of like that.
No,
design.
that was yeah. That's Ultimate Comics.
Yeah.
It was they did that in an attempt to save Marvel. Marvel was almost bankrupt because the '90s comics were terrible. Everyone was going through their terrible phase. For Spider-Man, it was the Clone Saga, and that was just like a convoluted mess. Where early in the '90s, they tried to tell readers the Peter Parker, Spider-Man isn't the real Peter Parker. It's this guy named Ben Reilly. And it was like, yeah, forget about this other guy. It's this new guy now. No one liked that. They didn't. They
tried to do that so many times.
And and it's crazy. The only time it ever really worked was with Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Because they did it, and they did it well. And that's why Miles as a character works so well. It's why he's so he
was introduced in the new Ultimate Spider-Man and an issue in 2011,
and that's and it's like that was the crazy thing about it was Ultimate Comics was the comic book that saved Marvel because it was awesome. It was the first time Spider-Man was in high school. The other comics, he didn't stay in high school too long. He graduates pretty soon, even in the first one.
He was still 15, but Miles Morales is 13.
He's in middle school.
Yeah,
and it was like the in canon universe like runtime for Ultimate Comics is like 9 months. Or something like that. Peter Parker is Spider-Man for like less than a year in comics. And so it's like a tragedy when he dies. And, Miles becomes Spider-Man, and his first night he runs out in a Spider-Man suit. And that really pissed off, she's like Spider-Woman. Yeah. She's like, you can't do that.
It's like Scarlet.
No, it was like...
It's like a Spider-Woman, but
yeah,
she's like Scarlet, and she has like...
because she was a clone of Peter Parker, but like a female one. Yeah. And she summed up the reason the other Spider-Men never worked whenever they tried to... And she goes, you can't be Peter Parker. You're not the same Spider-Man. You're different. You can't go around and pretend to be him. You got to be your own. So, got a new suit. And it's just like, he's a different character. He's different, and that's why he works so good. Mm-hmm. And that's why he is as good as he is, because they didn't just try to slap he's the new Peter Parker, he's the new Spider-Man.
No, yeah. There's more depth to it, and that's fantastic.
I like the fact that he's half black, half Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
man.
That is really cool.
I love I love the incorporations of that culture in the comics, and even in the game too. They really do a good job at showing you the real opposite side of
I like how they introduced it by not slapping the new character in your face, just introduction, and then Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, introducing the old original Peter Parker, 2 versions. They're kind of explaining multiverse, and they kind of like moves in.
I start the timer.
Him being
Spider-Man. Yeah, they don't throw it at you.
And Miles Morales in the game.
Yeah. There was no, it's also like the differences in character, right? The one thing I really liked about Miles was it wasn't like he had a family member who died. His family is still alive. Like everyone is, except for sometimes his uncle. But it's like he's got his parents. He's got friends. He's got people. He's still so young.
Yeah.
It's a real, and he doesn't have to worry about paying bills. Like he's got different problems than Peter Parker, and that was like another really cool thing about him.
Yeah.
The one thing that I didn't feel right for me was like that he had a thing for Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
I'm like,
because I'm like technically this is you still, just a different universe you. I mean that's like kind of gay,
no, that's
bro.
Gwen Stacy. Yeah. That's Peter Parker.
I know it's Peter Parker, Gwen Stacy.
Well, many lovers.
Right. Oh yeah, no, Spider-Man really got some, but
Peter Parker is
he has some ladies.
Man.
Dude, Black Cat, like I don't even get it, bro.
Oh yeah, bro.
He got Black Cat, Mary Jane.
Gwen Stacy,
Liz
Allen.
Oh my god.
Silk. I believe Silk is the best partner for Peter Parker. The reason why is because they're bitten by the
same spider. So they're just horny for each other. Like in the comic she's introduced. In the comic they're introduced. Like that's a plot point is that they just like they have a sexual attraction to each other because they're bit by the same spider.
They can sense themselves. Like they're very attractive.
Oh
I'm like,
god.
oh my
the
god.
tension is real.
Yeah, the tension is real.
But I'm
just swing. I'm like, I can't help it. Let's hop in that building right up block 54 Avenue. Let's just do it.
I'm basic.
43. I don't care. I can't help it.
I just like Mary Jane, the classic Mary Jane.
Oh yeah.
But you know that Mary Jane nor Gwen Stacy was the first Peter Parker's lover.
Who was it?
I can't remember the name.
Was it Liz
It was
Allen?
a different character.
Was it Liz?
Huh?
Liz,
I feel like it might have been Liz.
I think Liz was probably one of the first.
So,
I think
but
that's why
it was
they
not Mary Jane.
I know.
but
Because it was.
Peter Parker has 13 of them.
I know.
Holy cow.
Oh, here,
think
let me
it
start the
was
timer.
Liz.
Let me start the timer for the next one. All right.
Oh, are we going for the second one?
Are you ready?
Wait. I don't know what to do in this one.
What do you mean?
I don't know what to draw in this one.
Draw me as Spider-Man. My fantasies come true.
Let's see.
What can you do? Do you want to attempt? What do you want to? Do you want to attempt another Spider-Man? Do you want to attempt more dimension to it, like his surroundings?
What, you watch Attack on Titan?
I love Attack on
Bro,
Titans.
draw some Eren Yeager, bro. Draw some bro. I think Attack on Titan's so raw.
Oh yeah, it has to be a different drawing.
Yeah, it could be that too.
In 10 minutes. Let's see what I can do.
That'd be.
Or some Dragon Ball. That'd be a good
I
one.
can draw some Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're starting the timer for 10 minutes.
All right, starting now.
Is it Carly Cooper? That's who it is? Carly Cooper is his
Carly
first?
Cooper? No,
Well,
I don't think that was his first. Carly isn't a 40s name. Or like it was. Spider-Man came out in the 50s, 52?
Yeah, 60, 64, I believe.
An Amazing Fantasy.
That's, I'm trying to see, August 15th.
Well, no, he originally showed up in a Fantastic Four thing.
Well, that's the comic.
That's it.
That's
okay.
just the issue cover. Yeah. But I know which one you talk about, where he's like in the two.
Yeah, and he looks like
That's Amazing Fantasy right there. He's in that comic. I think that's the final one. I think it was 1964.
Do you like the movies that have come out for Spider-Man?
Yeah. Do you like
Not the
the
live action.
You don't like the live action one?
Oh my god, it's horrible.
of Spider-Man?
Are we talking?
wait,
Spider-
what are you
Attack on
Spider-Man.
Titans.
Oh no, Attack on Titan live action is garbage.
It's garbage. I was about to say.
But the live action Spider-Man.
Is there a specific?
I love all of them.
Yeah.
They've all got-
What would be your favorite? I think you said you'd liked. Did you like the first one or two? Toby.
Everybody loves the first one. You know, it's
I
the
think
first Spider-Man that we ever got to see.
The
But
second one is my favorite,
the
bro.
third one is such a waste.
It's like
waste.
me and Mark watched it one time. We were watching it. It's like, it's got the foundation of a really good Spider-Man movie, but it's because they put in Venom, and they put in the New Goblin, that really just suffocated it. And even Sam Raimi said, like, I originally wanted Sandman to be the main villain, but the Sandman and the Vulture, the executives made me put in Venom. They made me put in New Goblin, and they made me put
There
in.
was so many characters.
Yeah.
He's thinking about how far that movie goes in just like the 2 hours. It's got the Black Suit arc, the Venom arc, Sandman arc, Hobgoblin arc,
So many.
so many different things, and
There's a lot going
and then
on
there's
in
the
there.
arc with his real father's murderer, the key of the city.
There's a lot going on.
Gwen Stacy's in there. They got to do the Eddie Brock thing. So many stories had to be done so quickly, and and that's ultimately what I think cost that movie. But
So you so now since you you said you started at 7?
Wait, what?
You started drawing at 7?
I started drawing when I was 7.
So since then, can you highlight some of your favorite designs or some of your favorite characters that you've gotten to draw since then? I know that you have made like drawings for people like portraits in their houses, which is really cool to hear. I know you also do family portraits as well. Do you have any in mind that pop out to you in the last...
There's this one oil painting that I started not too long ago, and it's one of the first big oil paintings that I've ever done, and it's realistic, and it's Red Sonja, if you guys are familiar with other comic books. Red Sonja is a kind of like a barbarian character, and I had a friend of mine who commissioned me to do that. I will not say the price, but it's pretty pricey.
oh wow,
Yeah.
well, it's oil painting, right?
It's an oil painting.
That is tough stuff to work with.
And so he entrusted me. He entrusted me. He's like, "Man, you're really good. I have a feeling that you can do anything." And I started, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I fell in love with it.
What is the toughest one to do for you? What takes the longest and what takes the most time to create for you?
So far, the oil painting.
It
takes a lot of time, but it's like you're molding.
Because the hard thing is oil is runny, and
Yeah.
it's like, and sometimes it's thick, sometimes depending on the color, right? I know if there's a movie called Loving Vincent, there's about Vincent van Gogh, who was like the real pioneer for oil paintings, and the entire movie was animated with oil paintings. Every
Wow.
frame took him about 6 years to make it.
Oh my god.
And
I would never attempt that.
every single frame was an oil painting. Absolutely phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
It's brave because I will never attempt that. But if you're a studio,
yeah,
by all means.
Was there ever like what was the hardest time for you? Like, you ever have like a struggle with art?
I wouldn't say a struggle, but sometimes obviously when I come across with a new medium, obviously you don't know anything, but I had to learn, and not because like nobody else was forcing me, but it's because like I just had that mentality that I can do it, and I love all of them, and I think one of my favorite mediums is definitely color pencil. There's something about color pencil that is nothing else out there. The second will have to be oil painting, and third we have to be oil. I mean, not oil, digital. Digital, I just have the power to do whatever I want with ease, but it's not real. It's not like in my hands. It's it's the digital world.
It's the digital world. Oh my god, what's that? Is that Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared? I swear, right?
Oh, the Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.
No, the digital world.
The digital world.
But
that's that Digimon, bro. I don't even know.
I've never been scared or afraid to like try something new, and that's one of my traits. I welcome every challenge, and so I feel like I've never gotten that. But the only thing that has ever been tough about art is either selling it or selling it to pay your bills. When I quit one of my jobs, and I had to survive just on my art for 4 months to pay my bills and everything. Yikes. And I got into that mentality. I'm like, if I can do that, I can do it again and again and again. And so I just had to put myself into that mindset. But it wasn't like it wasn't hard. It's just I had to like come up with obviously the clientele, but that came in ease.
Yeah.
But sometimes I had to break nights, to get multiple paintings or drawings or commissions done, And it was just
it's work. A tough investment, especially art in general too. Is like, the toughest medium in terms of especially making an income, because it's from a personal spot for people in such a deep space. Why everybody has their own designs, art, music, television, all the stuff that they like to do, all the stuff they like to watch, hear, is tough because it's nice and it's creative and it's different. But in terms of the actual financial stability for that, it's such a tough thing because it's so lucrative. I would say any art in general really is a very lucrative decision because it's coming from a very personal space, but also making sure that when you expose it out there, whether people like it or not, because you're also making these designs so that way people like them as well. Yeah. And you're a pretty good painter, I would say so myself, but also you have to make the work and the commitment to make a really good design, so that way the client can walk away being like, this was really good. I want you again, and I want to pay you for your art because of how good you are.
But
it's tough.
That was the thing, and then just finding people. But people eventually just like what I do, and that became it with ease.
And your main goal for sure now, from what I know, you've said it multiple times, and if you say it multiple times enough, I think it will come true. Yeah. You're trying to make your own studio.
I would love to make my own studio.
And work with other people, other designers.
Yeah.
And just make stuff.
Like any other person out there, but not out there, some in general. People that I admire, like I'm talking about artists itself in their own genre, not specifically in art, but people like Logic, people like Lin-Manuel Miranda, people that are really good. Even Jesus, who else can I? Akira Toriyama, Dragon Ball.
Hell yeah, bro.
But people have a vision, and they just went all out. And not necessarily has to be from art, but I admire and idolize people that had dreams and they just went with it. And right now, those are one of my biggest idols. Definitely Logic. His hard work, versatility, and his own genre and message of the positivity. I love it. Same thing goes with Lin-Manuel. How he just created a genre, and I think, or correct me if I'm wrong, but he didn't create that genre with
Like Hamilton.
yeah,
Like,
Hamilton and the Heights.
I would say he was the first person to really like fine tune it and nail what what was going for. I mean, like he made like a rap musical.
Yeah,
About Alexander Hamilton.
Craps.
He made a you know, I'm a huge history guy. He made
I love history.
Yeah, he made a bunch of people actually interested in a story about a guy who lived over 200 years ago. And have you seen Hamilton?
Hamilton, like the musical.
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
But I know it's based off of the autobiography of Hamilton.
Yep.
By Hamilton.
No, it's
Or was it
Ron Chernow wrote.
It was based off a book that he read when he went to the airport, and
Yeah.
he just like, oh, how come like nobody has done a musical out of this?
Yeah,
and he did.
Because Hamilton was what was really important is the guy who taught Hamilton almost single-handedly funded the entire revolution, and then when the government was like, "Can you be our treasurer?" he said, "No, but I have an apprentice who might do a pretty good job." Alexander Hamilton.
Look at that, bro. I mean, it's just it goes to show you that anything you can make some of the craziest things out of art. Well,
We're at 10 minutes, and dude, this looks freaking awesome. Drew Vegeta. Oh,
Bro,
is that Saiyan Saga Vegeta with the scout?
Oh my God.
Over 9,000.
The thing that's crazy about your art is that like this is just 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, and he
You
was
give
talking
him
about doing it. He
whole
was trying to like, yeah, no,
It's such a such
things
a
like that. I usually charge $10.
yeah.
It cost me 10 minutes.
It's such a muscle that is just the craziest thing in the world. I've never. It's just crazy to see
fucking
stuff
awesome,
like that.
dude.
Well, I think what we're gonna do is for the post we're actually just gonna show this. So we're gonna show a picture of the man himself, the legend.
Why not? I'm handsome.
Yeah, we're
dude,
gonna.
bro.
I think it'd be cool to show some people your art.
Next
You
to
know,
Sinatra.
For sure.
What we could
Ernesto Sinatra.
That's just Sinatra.
Next though. Next.
Well, we
next to
could
Sinatra.
we should have done taken a picture of him, and then the second picture would have been like you draw that picture of yourself,
Oh.
you know, and then like so we put this.
I'll just post it on my social.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
awesome.
We'll figure it out. We'll,
Yeah,
we'll
no,
put
no,
it all
that's-
together.
dude,
We'll put it all together.
I think for people who can draw, like they just got that. They've unlocked that like extra % of their brain, and I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, I need the key to unlock
I will
that.
say this is one key fact when it comes to illustrations. You gotta like picture it. What's like the canvas? There's a language. There's a language between you and the canvas, and you know, it's written in every stroke that you do. Once you have kind of like done the figures, you try to visualize it and let it talk to you, and you just go along with it. And I feel like every drawing that I have, this is something silly that I always say, but I feel like if art was a figure, it's this very beautiful kind of like, how would I say this, goddess, and art is just offsprings between the both of us. But
Just
there's
crazy.
a feeling that I get every time that I'm doing this, and it's definitely something that I cannot ignore. You know what's funny? Sometimes when I go to sleep or when I wake up, the first thing that I want to do is draw, or if I go to sleep, I cannot wait to draw again.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's beautiful.
And sometimes it's annoying because I can't fall asleep because I have ideas. And I'm like, oh, I want to draw. What if I draw this, or what if I try this new technique? And that's one of that's one of the things that I always have in my head. I'm like, I can draw this, I can do it in this style. Or the funny thing is, like, now I'll see my world through my eyes like a canvas. I know how the lighting is being projected. You know, what is the terminator between the light and shadows? What is the texture? How everything just works. I'm like, so this is something that I'm constantly thinking about. So when it comes to drawings, I'm like, oh, let's just plug it in. So it feels more natural.
Have you ever really created a character?
I have. One of the comic books that I'm working on, I'm doing their character designs. So I've done that, and I have my own characters that I wish, or not wish, I will uh, make a show out of it. So no, okay. So first of all, I'm a very very optimistic guy, very energetic, and I always try to deliver a message to anybody out there. The reason why that I do this is because I see, I try to see life, the bright side of the coin, and I always try to be that one person that I needed, somebody that's very hopeful, energetic, optimistic, positive vibe, and just you know makes you feel like I can do this, and I always try to portray that. So whoever has a dream to whatever it may be, whether it's in the art field, music field, dancing, uh, sports, real estate, whatever it may be, pull 110%, pull 150%. Um, this is all for you, and the old you will be grateful that you did this. And you'll look back to your years and know that you have accomplished such a great life. All this success is all this hard work will pay off. Don't don't just sit there and do nothing, just be a daydreamer. You're not gonna go anywhere. Um, and welcome. Oh, absolutely. You got to take this message. Um, but always welcome the unknown, with warm, welcome hands. Whatever it may be, if it's scary, if you don't know about it, from the smallest things like I've never tried a pizza with barbecue sauce and steak and bacon. It's actually delicious. Really delicious. Try it. Who knows? That may be now your new thing. Um, let's say you always wanted to learn how to sing, but you're terrible at it. That's only your perspective. That's only you to believe. You know? So go out there, learn how to sing. You don't know how to, I don't know, do a podcast like my friend over here. You won't know until you try. And look at you now. You know? And again, this is all for those of you who has a dream to whatever it may be. You keep thinking about it till it becomes like an obsession. Passion is just a burning crossover between hate and love. Try to look at life with passion. I hate that I will sit in the couch for the rest of my life not accomplishing anything that I want, but I would love to see everything that I can accomplish in my lifetime. I want my descendants, my family, to be witness the great things that I've accomplished, because they also will benefit from that, you know. And again, be positive, even if when you have a flat tire. Let's say you don't know how to change a flat tire. Don't be just, oh, I hate this, I hate my life. Oh. You're only seeing the world very pessimistic. Be optimistic. Let's say you don't know how to change it. You're about to learn. Maybe you weren't supposed to be at a certain place at a certain time. Next thing you know, let's say you're driving around and then let's say your girlfriend, cousin, best friend, whatever, has a flat tire. Hey, now you know how to change a flat tire. Now they see you like a hero. But it's not for them to see you as a hero. It's that everything that happens is for a reason. Learn from it. Every failure is not a failure. If you see it from the optimistic way, it's a lesson. Grow. Seek self-growth. And I promise you, every day is going to be a great day. Because there's no difference from a Monday to a Friday or a Sunday. Only those that seek the weekend. It's a mentality thing. So, be optimistic, hardworking, and chase your dreams. All right, guys. Well, brought to you by Power of Four. And this was yours truly, the legend, the myth, the artist, Ernesto Luis Zanauria, also known as Nexto Pro.
And now presenting Honey Butter.
Time to come. It's been far too long since I knew why. There's this feeling I just can't escape. That you're all I need. I've just got to find a way to let you know all the places we could go. There's nothing I won't do. 'Cause when I think of you, you knock me out cold, baby, with your brown hair and blue eyes. I'm trying to find you, but you're missing it. I gotta get myself right. You blow my mind. Please, baby, have a little bit of mercy. I'm incomplete. You're my missing piece. There's a comfort in the everyday way that we dance in the morning. Cup of coffee, bitter to the taste. Closes my eyes, but I'll see you. I've been searching far and wide, getting hard to recognize just who I really am. Maybe you'd understand. You knock me out cold, baby, with your brown hair and blue eyes. I'm trying to find you, but you're missing, and I gotta get myself right. You blow my mind. Please, baby, have a little bit of mercy. I'm incomplete. You're my missing piece. There's no end to words I never said. Somehow I know you'll still hear them through the ether and the stars above. I'll be at peace when I see you. Teeth of white and lips so red. Drink the wine and break the bread. There's one more thing I need. Baby, 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 please. You knock me out cold, baby, with your brown hair and blue eyes. I'm trying to find you, but you're missing it. I got to get myself right. You blow my mind, please, baby.